Coleman, I give him credit, man. He's been waiting to shit on Justin for what, 8 months now? He had his moment last night, and he was 2 nights ago, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Did you listen to this? He was dumping all over these guys.
It does seem a little like Coleman got shit on for the best of last year. So there's nothing in him that's like, well, I also fucked it up.
You know? He acknowledged that a little bit.
Yeah, but I also think he's like, look who I was with. Like, he does have that thing to say now. Like, I was actually with this guy. But no, I agree. No, I agree. But and you guys both said you're annoyed, right?
He just came off as kind of a new. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be when I saw people tweeting it out and stuff like that. But it was just annoying. It was just kind of a nuisance.
Yeah, you are a very triggered guy right now.
No, I'm not.
You are.
That was I don't know why.
Just embrace it.
Isn't that a thing? Like, don't I always yell at stupid
He's like
shit?
that. He's just
but this was like a personal. That's unusual for him.
This is what's great about Mike. Like, he tells the truth, and you
tell
guys
it like
just
it is.
No, he sure
you guys
does.
just even last night, Justin lying about that. That's normal.
We're all lying. Yeah. So what's the Coleman sound that jumps out to you guys?
Well, first he goes into him.
I thought the biggest knock on Justin was the football game with Pat Ford, having nothing there. Like, even just a social media clip or something, when you have a Minifan like Pat.
Perfectly reasonable criticism, Justin.
Yeah.
That didn't bother you then?
No, I think it's a perfectly reasonable criticism. I didn't bother me coming from Coleman. It bothers me because retrospectively I should have done something.
Okay, so that's good, solid criticism from Jack Coleman right there. He's been in the trenches. You can learn from your mistakes like he has. He's a working man now.
Sure.
So, there you go. It's a homo, but so what? That had nothing to do with it. But he prefers men sexually, clearly.
I don't necessarily agree with it at all, but there's a narrative online that Justin only likes.
I do like that. I do like that premise.
I wonder where he learned how to talk like that. It's just, I don't think it was Content Kim that came up with that shit.
Probably not. Go ahead.
So, like, people brought up how he had a Justin show over break one time back when he wasn't fully.
That's true, Justin.
Yeah, 4 years ago when I was doing my own retarded podcast.
Is it true? Yes or no?
I did do one December 27th.
Okay, we're just spitting facts here. That's all. Go ahead.
You were trashing the show. That yesterday's show was tough to watch. You said the show sucks. So
no, that's not what I said at all. I never said the show sucks or anything. Okay. I just thought that it wasn't the best show, not because of Kirk or anything like that.
Very good.
It was more so I thought that there'd be more topics at the ready coming off of break where the producers didn't.
And by the way, I like when the show started in Coleman. I'm just here to chop it up with you guys. I like that. That's what I like. I like hearing that.
I like this guy. I think Coleman knows what he's doing here. I like this.
But this pissed these guys off. Yeah. That's for sure. That's for sure. Is there an issue more that, like, hey, this is a brotherhood and he's violating a code? Like,
not overly. Not overly.
Justin, no.
Say.
No. Well, my thing would be.
I mean, I don't think Coleman likes you.
You don't think Coleman?
No,
likes
I don't think he likes. I think he thinks you got him fired.
Okay. Well, first he wasn't fired.
Well,
he quit. Yeah.
Okay, and Dave quit a couple of.
That's different though. I mean, Coleman literally said to you.
But Coleman knew that he was dead though. Like, he was literally he had no chance at that point. I mean, he had no chance of redemption. Like, I was done with him. You're right. He technically quit, but Justin stabbed him.
I think Coleman.
I did not stab him in the back.
Stabbed him in the back.
I did not stab him.
Nuts.
It's a man. It's a weekend.
8 o'clock.
It's a weekend. It's a weekend.
Man, thank God Fax is here. We need some youth in this program.
It's a weekend.
Some guys who are going to sleep past 8 o'clock on Saturday.
That was a weird one. I didn't know what he was talking. He said it was. Coleman said it was like me too. He's like, maybe they're bringing Fax in for some youth.
Yeah, well,
like, what am I, the Celtics in '88? Drafting like a guard in the first round?
Well, you could do like Weekend Update, like have Fax slide in with one of his segments.
Because they want some more youth maybe around him. I'm not there anymore. Maybe Fax can provide some youthful energy.
What a bizarre take that. But
I guess, so when Steve was here, was that me? Was I the youth?
Oh, definitely. I always thought that.
A young hip kid like me?
Yeah, I was always thinking that when you were talking about fucking, Quincy. The world's oldest. How old are you?
33.
Yeah, 90-year-old. But yeah, that was a reach. I'll give you that as a reach. But I'm not saying that. Again, I'm not saying this. But Coleman's perspective is that Justin stabbed him in the back. Just the J&J team, Justin and Jeff D'Lo.
Yeah, I think that's crazy.
I'm not saying I'm not. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. But I'm saying that is his perspective.
Well, then he should say it.
I think he has, hasn't he? He didn't come up there, right?
No, but he, like, when he came on the show, like, and then he says afterwards, he's like, "No, it's all fine."
But I'm off the rip, very much authentic.
Yeah, he's off the rip.
Chop it up.
Try to use the chop. I'll tell you, Colleen's worked up because he's got this episode all cut up.
No. I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, a lot of the criticism is stuff that we acknowledge.
I'll defend
It'd be
Coleman.
nice if they listened to the show because they said a lot of stuff that came up on the show that they got their answers to, but that's all right.
We did.
Like those guys. Like we told you, we didn't like deliberately keep the fact that Gus couldn't come on the show. We were just fucking idiots that didn't text you immediately that Gus couldn't make it because of work. That was fucking stupid.
Take it easy.
We
dude.
owned
It's
it.
okay. We
That's all.
Take it easy. Take
Like,
it easy. Take it
he's suggesting people who
Who's
should
he?
be recommended, Coleman, who should be recommended to die on Tuesday at Carol Burnett. I don't know. Maybe you said Carol Burnett is not something
That was
you would
mentioned
want.
in the show.
Maybe listen to the show.
I don't disagree with that. That's fine. So we get to this is surviving. So we get to I think we all have an idea at this point that it's going to be, we're going to break off into individual, heading into this. So we are told to change. We're asked to bring suits and the women to bring dresses before the thing starts. And I have no idea what that's for. I don't know if it's for the reunion. I don't know if we're taping it then. I don't know if there's going to be a dinner thing. Didn't know if it was going to be some, game or something, challenge. So we're changing. We walk in there, and once Jeff says that this is, what it is, I'm like, this fucking game there's no fucking rules anymore.
Pink wedding.
This is just madness, the pink wedding. Before that, and I don't know if it was captured or not, I watched last night, I was jumping in and jumping out. But Dave came up to me and he was like, just so you know, like, you're the target. Like, I'm gonna try and get you out of this game.
He's been, I don't know if you'd say good about, but he's told everyone
Absolutely
who he's voting for.
Yeah, which is a good, in a way, a good strategy. He's like, you're just a threat, like you're just dangerous and you're playing hard. So he's like, I'm going to try and get you out of the game.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, okay, now I'm, in some trouble. But I thought, well, I got my crew with me and we'll see how it goes. But once the pink wedding started, it was chaos and people just fucking lost their minds.
Now let me ask you this then:
Mm-hmm.
if you knew you were a target, why show Rhea the idol? Because I thought that was like,
Because I knew I was dead. I had to show some faith to them.
oh, okay.
So
I
I
thought it
thought-
was like get everyone basically. So you knew she would gossip about it, and then maybe they wouldn't vote for it.
No, I mean, that was that did cross my mind, but it was more show some faith because I knew my group at that point was shattered. They were
Right.
all over the place. Try and buy some faith, get through that vote. And then if I can get through the pink wedding, which I still might, at that point, try and find the numbers and take Rhea and Dave out.
Okay.
Just get there. Just lie to them. Be like, I'll do it. I'm with you guys all the way. And then see if I can assemble after the fucking Saving Private Ryan battle scene.
Right.
See if I can get 4 or 5 people and try and put something together. The thing that hurt us, and this is why, is we kept winning these challenges.
Right.
Like we couldn't trim any fat. So we're in that position last night. And look, one of us may wind up winning. I'm not saying I didn't win. I'm not saying I was not going to be eliminated. I'm not going to win, whatever. But it was chaos. And obviously, I mean, the big takeaway is, of course, Rico.
Painful.
But I mean, like, it's like, I think people want me to be angrier at Rico than I am.
You seemed what?
Now?
Rico's been on the show.
Yes.
He talked about Saved by the Bell.
But even then, he answered hesitantly.
That was the longest bleep in television history last night.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, subsequently. Like, Rico is an abused child.
Sure.
Dave and Dan have essentially taken turns emotionally raping Rico for the last 10. Like, Rico is not a man. So, like, it'd be a getting mad at a newborn baby. I don't have any respect for him. I think he's a loser. I think he's a pussy. And I'll say whatever dirty shit, because this is a guy who, keep in mind, like, went after a coworker's wife at the company. So, like, to me, everything's fair game with Terrence Mayrose, 126 Main Street, Staten Island, apartment 3, 3rd floor, take a left, and the kids' room's on the right.
That's trigger.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
That is, you forget that about Rico. I literally didn't.
128 Main Street, sir.
I didn't tag him in my tweet last night because I was like, maybe if I do that, he comes after my family or something. So I was like, I'll just let this sit. Maybe he sees it, maybe he doesn't.
I don't mean this in a bad way, but to you, he might.
Yeah.
To me, he won't, because he would maybe think of you as punching
Oh
them.
no, I agree with that. That's literally that's what I'm saying.
Like,
yeah.
if you're Cons, or if you're, who's the guy through the Big T?
Big T.
If you're Big T, or if you're Jeff Nadeau, but if you're Kirk Minahan. Now, listen, like, he made a big play, I guess, in a way at me last night. But it's like, I have bigger issues than Rico, and those will come to light or they won't come to light if I win this game or if I don't win this game. But Like I just don't respect him. I just don't think he's a man. That's all.
I
when I see him next week, I'm going to spit in his face. I will spit in his face.
I need a minute.
Yeah, well, I understand.
People thought you'd be madder at him. You said.
I mean, it's like I think I saw some people like, geez, he's been on the show. Like, there's been.
Yeah.
I've been directed a lot more animus towards somebody else in the game and not at Rico.
Right.
So I don't, I was stunned in the moment for two reasons. One, I was just like, I can't believe I fucking trusted this Nimrod. And to some extent, that's my fault. That's 1,000% on me. Number two, I was just like, and maybe Rico wins, but at the time I was like, boy, this is a dumb game move right here.
I didn't understand.
Just like a dumb, but he's and it comes back to what I've been saying from the start, and this is not a complaint. I went in with my eyes open knowing that this was an obstacle to trying to overcome if I was going to win this game. But the game is so skewed for Dave that when it gets to that point, and that's on Clemmer and Francis and those guys at that point. But the problem is I'm asking Francis and Mincy and fucking Clemmer to kill Dave. Last year, Jerry killed Dave early.
Yes.
And Dave was not with an alpha this year leading up to that. Leading up to this, like he wasn't with me. He wasn't with Jerry. I'm trying to think of anybody else who would kill him.
I don't get this idea. Jerry still has a job, right? Like I don't get this idea of like
Dave's not gonna
we
do
can't
anything.
vote for Dave.
Dave's not gonna
He's
do
our
anything.
boss.
But these are children. Rico's a child. Moobs is a child. Like this is like what these are. You're dealing with people who were essentially like 100 years ago. If Rico and Moobs were in a relationship, their parents would say, "You can't fuck because you're both retarded," and you would have like retarded. Like you know what I mean? It'd be one of those things where they would have to separate them. They would have to mutilate her privates and cut his dick off because they're retarded.
Potentially.
What's that?
Potentially.
Yeah. And Rico does his fake. He's pretending to blink and he's pretending to do this. He's pretending to do that. It's exhausting. He's a bad human being. But it's like he's a bad human being because he's been assaulted. Like he's a victim of assault for years and years by a couple of Bay Staters, but like that's it's just what it is, and then there's something to that. So we'll see. I mean, look, am I angry? No, of course I'm not. I don't get angry anymore.
That's good. You've softened.
Yeah, I don't get mad
I
anymore.
appreciate that.
Yes,
That was clear. That was clear.
Thank you, Bish. Life is too short to get mad at stuff like that. Well, as always,
way to begin.
The center of as always, the straw that stirs the drink. Good luck watching that show the rest of the way. I'll say that. Eliminated last night. Lots of thoughts. Obviously, enemies have emerged. Frustrating, very, very frustrating, very frustrated. In some ways myself, in some ways it's just the game, the way that it was set up. I'm not saying it was rigged. It is rigged that Dave owns the company, but I'm saying I don't think Rob, the producer, and Jeff and these guys rigged the game to go a certain way. But, definitely frustrating. I played really hard. I thought I played a good game. Sometimes it just goes, it's 24 people, one wins. But boy, some people piss me off and will continue to piss me off. And I hate them and I will always hate them. So that's, you play a game with me like that and, going in what the ramifications are. Don't reach out to me again. Don't ask me for advice. Don't ask me to reach out to, just leave me alone. I hate you. I hate your fucking guts. You're a phony. Dan is Pat Menahan 2.0. Trying to please everybody pleases nobody. And that gets you pancreatic cancer, which I hope he gets. I fucking hope he gets.
Oh, jeez.
I hope he gets it.
Would you have any respect, though, if they would have fought back at you?
Of course. That's the game.
Rico
I would
have
have.
If Rico would have said, fuck you, Kirk, this is what I'm doing, or Dan said it to you.
I'd be pissed, but I'd be like, all right,
you feel better about it a little bit.
I would feel better about it a lot. I'd feel better.
Yeah.
Dan, as I said, is the kind of guy who stabs you in the back. And I've seen some people, what's the idiot's name who does the fireside chats? He's just a stoolie. He's a stoolie. He's a shitbag. I'll dox him before 11 o'clock today. Cops will be in front of his house. That kitty porn he has. He's a stool. He's like, I don't even know what Dan did on this dumb shit. You're a fucking idiot retard.
He would have voted for you.
Who?
Yeah, well, he lost his vote.
He did. He essentially did. That's what Megan voted for me. Like, this is what people don't understand. People are like, oh, she voted. That's a vote for me.
That's a vote for you.
I'm dead. Yeah. Voting for Rico is a complete waste of a vote.
Hey, at least she comes back and she tells you the truth, unless you got like fucking Big Cat who's like, oh my God, you blew the whole plan. What the fuck?
Yeah,
but
And
Megan-
meanwhile, he lost his fucking
No, you're
vote.
right.
Megan would lick Big Cat's asshole if he told because and she told me during the game at one point, she's like, I don't think I ever voted against Dan because he's the reason I'm in Chicago. I have this job.
Yeah.
So like for all I know, Dan said to her at some point, like, put a vote over there for Rico. So it makes it I have no idea. I don't trust any of them.
No.
So,
And then there's that bullshit thing.
but you're
like,
right. At least it's different than Dan.
He
but
wanted to walk in the room with you. Okay, he walks in the room with you. He's still going to do what he's going to do
Sure.
anyway.
Yeah, but I had no problem with it. I don't even know why that's why is that a rule? Well, I care.
Yeah.
No, it seemed like an on the moment, but I mean,
It's their game.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
their game, and you're just a part of it. But it's always going to be about Dan and Dave.
yeah.
And that's pretty much, Kirk. If they're playing in the game, it's not fair.
No, but
It's rigged.
but you know it going in. I have no problem
Yeah.
with that. That you have to have Dave Portnoy and Dan Katz
For the
playing to
ratings,
survive.
for sure.
Like, I have
Right.
zero problem with that.
And also, like, everyone knows each other. It's not like
Of
real
course.
Survivor where someone
Yeah, like
from
I
California,
don't know like Wallow and I don't know like Caleb really. Like there are.
But for the most part, people, it's like Megan said, like they're coworkers with each other. They see each
Yeah,
other.
you know going in. Yeah. But there are but there with Dave and I was on the big text thread with Dave and Whitney last night, and Dave is still pretending like the game's not rigged for him to some extent. Well, it is once he gets to a certain point, but he's played the game very well. He played.
Yes. No, he has.
You know, I'm not gonna give him that much credit. I mean, he played well in the Pink Wedding, but like he's controlling like Rico and Dan. These are children.
But isn't there a fear factor
And
though?
moves.
In moves,
Yeah,
right?
moves been electric.
But isn't there a fear factor? Because let's say that you did one here. Justin and Dave are going to be petrified to vote for you.
Sure.
And that's how I feel it is with them. Like, oh, we can't vote Dave out because he's ultimately the boss. It's ultimately his 250.
Right.
So
well, I
it
think
has
it's
to
more
play
like
something
Rico.
into that.
Rico wants Dave to like him because Dave is Dave. Like that's the part of it that Dave doesn't really understand. That's inherent to the whole thing, which again is on me. That's not Dave's fault. He's playing the game. That's my fault. I should have recognized it.
Yeah. I mean, Big Cat too was also the first one voted out last season, so it's not like he's an untouchable in these kinds of.
Dave was
games.
whacked early too because
the-
Jerry was on the team.
And it's not like people like Francis and Roan. They tried to
Too late though. The
put
numbers
together-
weren't there.
Right.
What killed this game so far to this point. Look, somebody may make a big move among the remaining people, but
Somebody has to.
somebody has to.
Somebody
have
has
to.
to.
But the Clemmers, the Francises, the Arian Foster, episode 2 said get rid of Dave Portnoy. Didn't want to do it because he didn't want to lie to anybody and playing surviving. But Arian, the problem is you're talking Arian, Mincy, White Sox, Dave, Clemmers. Mincy going to vote against Dave?
No.
He said he won't.
That's what I mean. So like what? How do you do that? Francis is worried about his contract.
Right.
So I mean it's the game is rigged, which is fine, but like you have to kill them early. They didn't have a guy like me or a guy like Jerry on that team early. They paired Dave up with Rico, which I will say, as Harry would say, is sus as a bus. I will say that. Like of all, because they put the 6 of us back together. The 6 guys who came back.
Yes.
Teams of 2.
Yep.
So me and Jerry, fine, great. Will and Dan, okay. And they put Dave with all people, Rico. They didn't put Dave with me or Jerry because I think probably in the back of their minds they might have thought, well, one of those guys might get Dave out. Because the
Maybe
first thing
Will, too.
yeah, oh for sure, Will. The first thing I would have said was, we're getting Dave out of here. Like or I'm going because you can't. There are too many factors like that. And I don't think they thought that. I think they were trying to put the right combination of 6 people together. But it's frustrating. So I stayed in a separate room during the surviving. I fucking destroyed that room when I got eliminated. I went fucking nuts. I was like, I'm not talking. And I finally sat down and talked, but I was so mad, way angrier than Che, because I don't know Che. So I was just angry, and you're angry at yourself ultimately. But hey, that's the game. It's great. I mean, I texted Dave last night, I'm doing it again next year. So
Yeah.
I
thought you were going to do something with the torch. Like, I was like, oh, you're going to go full, like...
What, hit him with it or something?
No, like, throw it against the wall.
No, Jerry
or-
did that. No, it's not me.
Yeah.
It's you get eliminated. The votes are the votes. You get mad. I think my comment walking away will have plenty of ramifications. I'm not worried about that. My issue with Dan is, first of all, like I said, yes, he came up to me. He's like, I thought we were like brothers. He did that whole thing. And then just fucking lied to me last night. Fucking, I knew he did. He's like, yeah, I voted for Keegs. He didn't. He just fucking stabbed me right in the back. And there are ways to do it. You can put your name down, but there are other ways to do it. And he stabbed me right in the fucking back. So
That's what he's done to everyone.
yeah, and he's playing the game and then he does it. He makes these big moves, and he walks around. I have a stomach. I wish they
I
voted
wanna
me out of the
leave. I wanna
game. You're a
leave.
fucking bitch. You're a fucking bitch. You've always been a bitch. You're probably a bitch in Newton High, and you're a fucking bitch now. You're afraid to say where you went to high school? Fucking cares? What does it matter? You built your little Willy Wonkaville, and you get your slaves there running around. Go do your coffee thing and do the yak challenge. Fucking leave me alone. You're bullshit.
I just don't get the point of lying to you after Megan Making Money says that she voted for Rico, and
Because he wants everyone. Because
it's crazy.
he wants it. Because he doesn't think he's gonna get caught. It's a weird. It's like having your report card when you're a little kid. You're gonna get
in
it's gonna
5
happen.
minutes. Like,
Yeah.
I knew it right away. The other thing was weird because I knew. Because if you're watching it, you're thinking, well, Dan told me he voted for Kelly. Why wouldn't I? Because I walked away, but I had heard that he had taken his chance. And I said to him, I was like, well, that's essentially like voting for me. And he did what Megan did. What do you mean?
Right.
I'm like, you know exactly what I mean.
Absolutely.
He does the thing where he's like, oh, I don't want to be here. Vote me out. Vote me.
Yeah,
I don't
that
want.
was dumb.
Oh, this is affecting my friendships with people. Well, you
Yeah.
play the game like that. Like you can't have it both ways. Like I said, he's the kind of guy who votes you out and then he wants you to feel bad for him for doing it. Well, I
Right.
don't feel bad for you. I hate your fucking guts. Never reach out to me again. If you do, it'll be the biggest mistake of your fucking life.
I think he typically comes off as a likable guy, but I think people that would even call
He's a
themselves
shitbag.
Big Cat fans. How do you like?
He's a sociopath.
Awful.
He's a
Yeah.
shitbag. And if you look at his social media, he posts things at certain times last night that you get sympathy. He's a shitbag. He's an absolute sociopath shitbag. So I mean, whatever, And if I see him next week in Chicago, don't come up to me. Don't do the thing like you did with Biz in the bathroom. You're like, hey, punch me in the face if you want, or I don't want to do any of that. Just leave me alone. You're a child. Leave me alone.
This is always in the bathroom. That's one thing.
Yeah.
It was like every
that man's in the bathroom a lot.
Yeah,
every episode was like 2 or 3 times.
yeah. He's not.
He's a funny motherfucker, man.
a good guy. Good
that
guy.
face he made at Dave last night was fucking awesome.
Good guy. I will say though, he gets very into like, why is everyone playing? I'm like, well, we're playing. Like it's a game. Like we're playing. Guys get mad at each other. It's just that. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, just
Tonight,
like he keeps on saying, I want to be alone. I want to be alone.
yeah,
Well,
it's like, you signed up for this.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got to play. I don't know. I'd rather go out the way I went out to get my head chopped off like a Clemmer, say. Like I did it my way and I was trying to win. I was not the third or fourth person in a thing.
yeah.
I don't think you ever win that way, in my
No.
opinion, the way this game goes. But I could be wrong.
No,
We'll
you
find out.
took your shot, and that
Yeah.
ultimately is what it was. And you got guys
Frustrating.
like Rico are just dead.
Yes.
They're dead in the water, and they're just even if they make to the finals,
Yeah.
who's going to vote for him? I mean, he's a dead man walking.
Well, I thought I had a chance because, as you guys know, my contract runs through 2027. So, the way they play the game, evidently, is if your contract's running out, they get rid of you. Why'd you invite them on the fucking game then? You knew their
Yeah.
contracts.
The deuces to us at the end of the year. So my hat goes off. Tip of the cap. Dave. Big Cat. Great game, boys.
Dave and I didn't want Taylor or Will to win $250,000 cash on Barstool's networks and then be like, oh, and by the way, we're
Well,
leaving.
why am I the game then, you
Why have
stupid cocksucker? Like, what's the point? Like, why? Why dangle that over?
That's dumb.
Why
Yeah.
have them there?
You can't have it both ways. You can't get the busing with the boys fan base, but then
Right.
be like, well, we don't want them to win. It's either like have them or don't.
Right. I don't get and then the earlier with moves, like, well, we're keeping moves in the game because we don't want to upset her feeling. What game is this? Like, I didn't hear Dave say that. I heard Dan say that. It's not Dan's money anyway. Like, I don't know what is that? What is it? This is we stuff. Like, we got together and said, then why ask them at all?
Yeah.
and it
And
goes.
they're not the only ones. You got Francis and you have Caleb. You got the Bussin' Boys.
Yeah, I mean, I think Caleb's situation was different, but I don't.
But it goes back to the game being fixed. Okay, well, you can't have them both in, so why do you have them in?
Right. Also, the game's on right now. We're playing the game right now. Where the fuck Will and Taylor are going? Yeah. Take their money and get publicity from this to where? Where they don't. Nobody knows. I don't know where they're going. I mean, I do, but it's not been discussed. Like, I don't know what. Like, what is the point of that? That's bullshit. That's like absolute. I mean, that's just chicken shit. Like, I hate crap like that. But knowing the gift, that's like what the game is. Like, then what's the fucking point? Congratulations, Dave. You can run around with a bunch of girls for the rest of the game. What's that?
And also, like, that's Dan from a business perspective, but he's
Right.
also going around saying, like, this is ruining my friendships.
Yeah.
So, like, where was that?
Yeah. You stabbed him in the back. Like, I don't.
Like, if you had your friend say, like, oh, I don't want to give you $250,000 because he's your boss or something like that, you're like, well, then fuck you.
And next week in Chicago, Dan will do. I know you're right. He'll do the whole thing, but that's not the real Dan. Just remember that when he does his pity party act next week, that's not the real Dan. That is not the real Dan. So, I mean, that's why I like respect Dave more. Like he'll say, fuck you, I'm voting you out, or hey, I'm doing this, or hey, have fun with it. Whereas Dan's acting like it's, so it's the way it is. So, Pickham, which is the show with Dan, and so last night Dan asked off of Surviving, which I could have, obviously I knew, but the minute I said what I said, I knew the ball. Like I went into the house and told those guys, like, he's going to ask out of this game.
I've had to lie to my friends, and I feel like this is going to carry on outside the game.
So like whatever, but like he was on Pickham yesterday with Rico and Dave. Or it was on this morning.
Yeah,
those are the ones
came out
this
this
morning.
Recorded it yesterday.
Yeah. So he did a whole monologue. This is Dan 101. The issue with Dan, like people are like, I think some people are on my side, some people are on his side. That's completely fine. But people are like, what are you so mad about, Dan? It's not just that he lied to me during the game. I knew exactly how he was going to go after. He was going to start manipulating the truth and moving things around like this, getting his word out there, doing the pity party. Perfect. He went on Pickham. Softest world, Hank, fucking Dave, and Rico. Three Boston guys and then a New York guy just doing their thing. And he went to a soft space where he could get his story out there. He never talked about Surviving until this the other night. Not once, didn't talk about it in the Yak. Nothing. But he knew shit was going to happen next week. He also knows shit's going to happen on the show going forward, Surviving with him. So he wanted to get his story out there because he knew the shit was going to happen so people would feel bad for him. His whole life is people feeling bad for him. I'm not falling for that shit anymore. He went up to me and said, hey, I thought we were really close friends. You can't fuck me like this. Then he fucked me like that. And then he expected me to feel bad for him when he did it. I'm not doing that anymore. I think he's a manipulative fuck. He said he hates me. Great. I hate him. No problem going forward. One of us is completely comfortable with that. That I can say definitely. I don't believe anything he says. He says he's gone to therapy. I don't believe that. I think he's trying to get his story out there right now. That's it. Don't like the guy. No big deal. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting next week. We'll see how it goes. What are you gonna say about it, dude?
One thing I didn't understand is why he kept giving the keys to Rico.
Because he wants people to like him. That's
like, the dumb.
He gave up the minute. Look, the game. He's gonna do. We'll play some sound. Here's the truth. I think anybody with an IQ over 6 knows this is true. He was playing the game like a lunatic. Super hard to win. Great, no problem. So did I. I think he is now spinning the theory that Dan is saying. Oh, meaning Dan, stopped caring about the game when Rome went out and Whitney went out. Take it easy about it. And Whitney went out. And this guy went out. And that guy went out. Here's the truth. Go watch the pig wedding when Dan wins the first challenge and see how into the game he is, how he reacts. Is that the reaction of somebody who is trying to leave the game? No. I got out. I said one sentence to him, and he was done. Everything else is bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. And even on the thing with these guys, which I don't even care about. I don't care where he's from. He does. He's like, I don't care about that anymore. He has spent months trying to reach out to me. A couple of months ago, texted me. He's like, hey, I really need your advice on something. He never did that before. Just try to play me like I'm a fucking dummy. I'm not Rico. I'm not one of your Chicago stooges. Like, enough. Just enough. I'm a grown man. Like, do your thing. Whatever makes you comfortable. And I'll also say this. I'm the one person as usual. I've had so many people with the company reach out to me. They hate this guy. Hate him. But as usual, I'm the one guy who's going to be like, whatever. I hate the guy. And everyone else won't say anything, and I get it. Like, this is the way the company's run. Like, I have no problem with that. And Dave and Rico were so soft on him. Dave, you would have thought Dan was a 20-year-old girl with fake tits and a broken home in the way Dave licked his asshole. It was like
I hate seeing Dan.
Oh,
yeah.
Like,
shut your mouth.
He's taking it.
Oh, do you feel bad for him, Dave? Do you feel bad for him? If he was on a podcast that nobody listened to, would you feel bad for him? If Will Compton thought the game was too mean and he asked out of the game, you think Dave would be like, you know what, I feel bad for you? Or if Kirk Minahan did that, or Ryan Whitney, let's say probably not. Probably not. But go ahead, you want to play some sound for whatever jumps out. I listened to the whole thing, so.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is just woe is me, which is, I think, the takeaway from the entire internet with Dan.
Well, no, I think a lot of people are like, and I get it. They're like, Kirk, you're 50 years old. Which, by the way, I don't care if you're 12 or you're 110. If you play a game like this, like, if people are new to this is how I am. Like, if you think I'm nuts about it, I think that's completely reasonable. But so was Dan. So it was a game. I'm not playing that game. But some people like leave it alone. But like, well, I mean, like he didn't. So like, I'm gonna play ugly here. But yeah,
I didn't fully expect how much of a mental toll it would take on me of having people as mad as they were at me after they voted out, which I should have realized because when Dave voted me out last year, I was mad. Like I should have.
I was furious at Jerry
yeah,
when he got me.
Like I should have realized. Like when you get voted out by someone, you're pissed. That's just what it is.
Even if you're not the person that votes them out.
Correct. So like, and I was a pussy about that. Like I wanted to vote someone out and also have them be like, "Oh, I'm not mad at you." You can't do that. You can't have in this game. You can't have it both ways. Kirk obviously takes a shot at me, and he's mad at me, and he does the Newton stuff, and it bothered me.
He's a terrorist.
Well, no, but
well, the other thing is like it's just like the safest landing spot in the world. Like, he's a terrorist. He's a terrorist. He's a terrorist. I'll just say this to Dave. I'll say it tomorrow. You should be glad you didn't fire me because you think I was out. This company wouldn't exist anymore if you would fire me on those. The things I know and the things I would have dropped. You're right about that. The company wouldn't exist today if you had done. The things I was going to do. Forget spoiling surviving. That's fucking the things I know that people have said to me because they're afraid of me. Things that they say about other people at the company. Oh, the company wouldn't exist anymore. Wouldn't exist anymore.
He obviously hates me now, and he thinks I'm going to try to, be like try to smooth it over. I'm not going to. He
this guy
hates me.
reached out to me, I don't know, 30 times over the last 3 months, like trying to smooth it out. And like I played him for a few months, like he did me, and I was waiting for this moment to happen. But yeah, he'd be like, "Oh, I need your advice or something." Or, you reach out to you're great, great show. Like, and the Minute fans right over the years. We're like, Dan doesn't listen to the show. He listens to clips, and then he'll reach out. So it seems like he likes to show some of the fans that like him. Of course, that's what he was doing. Like, no shit. Go ahead.
He hit me where obviously it bothered me with the Newton stuff, and it is what it is. Like I think it used to bother me more. I think it's bothered me less and less.
The guy left surviving Barstool because of it. I think Rhea said that last night, right?
Yeah.
Like,
that was a funny line.
Yeah, like, I mean.
She buried him.
Yeah, and she should. Like, don't forget, by the way, like, this guy is acting like, well, this guy is bullied. He bullies Rico relentlessly. Bullied Rhea and Marty, like, wherever you are on that. He's a bully. He's a punch-down guy, too. He's punched down Dan. I don't know where he learned it from. I don't know, the mean streets, I guess. But, it's like, I don't, I'm done. Like, done with that stuff. So, yeah, I mean, but it was just an endless, that thing was an endless pity party. Rico's pathetic. And Dave was just like, Dave knows, like, that's one of his big, horses of the company. So he's not gonna give him any shit for it. Dave's a pussy.
That's a bullshit excuse, by the way, that they weren't gonna do this on unnamed. Isn't that the point of unnamed?
No, they asked if Dan could go unnamed tomorrow. I said no.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Well, I just think you can disagree, but I think that pops the balloon of like, we can do it, no problem.
Yeah.
This is what I said to Dave, because Dave said Dan wants to come on unnamed tomorrow, which is Dan 101. Get ahead of it. Do it on Zoom. Do it where Dave's there. Whitney's mad, but he won't be that mad. He'll be very loose. He'll joke around. To me, fine, no problem. Let's do it. But I said to Dave, then the balloon is popped. The reunion show is going to be. I just said the reunion show is boring as last night's show. If you want that, no problem. But I mean, I'm happy to do it. But like then
because clearly unnamed is not going to be like the type of show he just went on this morning.
No,
right?
but Dave will still be there, and Whitney will be there, and be 4 people in 4 places. Yeah. I'd rather be in the room. Look, if you want to do unnamed when we're all in Chicago 10 minutes before the reunion, a half hour before the reunion show, let's do it. I got no problem with that. But that is set up to pop the balloon, and Dan is doing that to manipulate stuff like he does. So I said, like, fine, great, it's your call, Dave. And Dave said, no, you're right. But I'd be happy to do it. I'll do it fucking today if Dave wants to do it. No problem. But then the reunion show will stink as much as last night's show did, where it's just a bunch of people like which is fine. I mean, Surviving was here, Pink Wedding was here, and it's starting to feel a little bit like this. And, the people who are in there now, you have Dave, but like, we're not talking a lot of content magic otherwise, I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe it'll be great. I have no idea. I'll definitely be watching, that's for sure. So,
yep.
Yeah. Any other notes from that?
No, not from Pickham. I think it was just, I don't know. It's just sad to see. I don't know what the fuck is. There's so many aspects of this, whether it was the way Chicken Fry was handled and now seeing this, it's like, what the fuck is going on?
He's double standard Dave. Like, he'll tell you that. Like, he'll treat the big stars differently. I understand that. But like, he'll call me a terrorist, but like, this guy quit your biggest thing in the whole company. He's walked out during it.
Right.
Walked out. It was like, yeah, these guys are too young. Kirk said I'm from somewhere, where I'm from. So again, I didn't say he likes kiddie porn, though he does. there's no. I saw his list. He made the same one. It was some of the names on the list were unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. That episode sucked last night because he was a baby. Like he ruined the entire. You could tell he ruined the entire mood in the place. So to me, like Dave normally would go after somebody, but because Dave's a pussy. The new Dave is just a big pussy. So I don't know. I'm gathering up stuff. I've talked to Business Insider. We had a good conversation.
Oh,
so,
yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna be good.
That was a good tweet by Will Coleman.
That was
He's
a
had
good
some
one.
good tweets.
That was a good one.
Taylor Lewan, on the other hand, though, going
Yeah,
after
I think that was a little more ticklish, I think. Yeah. We were talking last night, texting last night. I think everything's okay. But here's the difference. Is like as opposed to Dan, like, yeah, I definitely stabbed you in the back. Like you should hate me. Like, but I will say this, if Taylor Lewan said to me, like, fuck you, you're a fucking asshole and ruin your fucking life, after I stabbed him in the back, I'd keep playing in the game.
Well, it's a game.
And I know,
right?
and I also don't know him heading into the game at all. I would never have gone up to Taylor before and said to Taylor, you know what? We're really close, man. Like, if you fuck me over, it's going to affect our relationship personally. It's really going to. And then I fuck him over and then want him to feel bad about it. And then I leave the game because it's like not even the same. Not even the same.
But it's not even like you guys saw eye to eye when you were on the same team. Like, you had a big disagreement.
Yeah, but also, like, I totally stabbed him in the back. Like, at some point in the game, you do have to stab somebody in the back. Like, or you're not going to win.
I mean, they're already in the room together doing fine, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I feel like some of the tension is gone. No?
Yeah.
Honestly, yesterday when you said that we have real enemies, the first thing I thought of was I don't hate Justin at all anymore. We're going to whoever we have as an enemy for the show. But it doesn't mean I like him. It's just I'm going to put my hatred aside for whatever enemies we have.
He still shot somebody. That's just a fact.
But he was he was in the right there. We've determined that, right? I thought so.
I'm not legally.
I have nothing,
legally, no.
nothing
It's still
bad
in
to
the
say
air,
about the
right?
Fidells, all right?
I believe that's still up. I believe there's a lawsuit pending. No, Justin?
No.
I want to
It was
recheck
like
you.
20 years ago.
What happened with the
I've
steak tips,
contacted the
Justin?
family.
What do we end up doing with the steak tips?
I threw him out.
Boy, Justin's not playing along, Dave.
No, he's not really.
I threw him out.
How about you right? Nope. I threw him out. Like you hate this guy still.
I'm not going to lie and say I hate him. I threw him out. It was like a
No, I'm
month.
saying you hate this guy still.
I don't hate him. I just think that I know what he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then he sent me a message. He wanted me to do things off the show. He wanted to
What are you
do
talking
fake
about?
feelings. When you sent the message after,
When was this?
After the last time you came in, you said, "Hey, I have no problem.
I got
but
paid. You guys
going-
work this out. I got paid.
But going forward, I prefer that we don't have a fight every time I come on the show."
Oh yeah. I thought it'd just be. I thought getting that over with. You screaming at me, call me a pussy. I said the one thing I didn't like, and you kind of doubled down on it.
Yeah,
I was
and I
mad
said-
about it then. If you still believe it, you still believe it. I'm just
So
I'm not gonna get
so-
harped up on it.
So we're good. I mean,
I'm fine with it.
if you don't care like what I believe,
No, I guess
'cause
that
I'm not
is.
I'm not going to change my beliefs.
Yeah, I guess I'm okay with you thinking that I'm a complete fraud asshole.
Yeah, that's
okay
fine.
with
I'm okay with you thinking I'm a asshole who tried to go after your girlfriend.
You're not saying you think that was a phony move by him to reach out to you and saying you don't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight on the show anymore, or are you saying like he should have said that on the show and you should have dealt with it then?
I think you should have said it on the show, but I
Which
don't
he
think
probably
it's a
would have the
phony-
next time he was in anyway.
If you go back and watch that, I was genuinely stunned when we started that conversation. When you're like, "You're a fucking pussy," like my head snapped. I said, I wasn't expecting that. I thought we were gonna kind of ease into it, and then, but you clearly were more upset at it at the time, and I understand that. I'm not holding that against you for hating me and vocalizing it the next time we saw each other. That's makes sense.
Yeah. So like I said, I would have changed my 2025 prediction to Mick and Justin back together 2025.
That's true. He did say that.
All right.
Yeah.
Everything gets solved?
Yeah,
Pretty
we're best
much,
friends
to be
now.
honest
We're going
with
out to eat afterwards.
Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Mick, good to see you. We'll see you soon, I assume?
Yeah, anytime.
All right, boys, we're good?
Yep.
So I'll see you guys about a week from now, give or take. Next time you see you, will probably be in Chicago with Jeff. I'm going to guess Christopher Klemmer is my guess. So we will talk to you probably then. If not, we'll talk to you later.